Hey guys, here I am at 122 Northeast 33rd Street. This house is up on pilings. It's one of the few houses that is up on pilings offered here on the island under this price point. Here are the surrounding neighbors. At the end of the street, down that way, you have the Intercoastal Waterway and East Yacht Drive. Over this way, you have 33rd Street, and that runs into the Davis Canal. You are 7 blocks from the main beach strand on Southeast 40th. And you are just a couple blocks up from the scenic walkway. You've got a lot of shrubbery going on right here. This would be super easy to clean up and not take out any trees. What I would suggest is these little guys in here, just cleaning all this up and just keeping like the nice, that's a pretty live oak that's going on right there, but it's just got all this extra going on. So this would be super easy peasy if you got rid of some of this extra going on in here. That would sort of open this up a bit without having to remove any large trees, which you'd have to get a permit in order to remove large trees, but just some simple trimming up of what's going on here would make such an impact with this whole curb appeal of this house. So you could also do some fresh gravel here. You could do like a pervious concrete right here. You could probably even get away with doing a concrete driveway like here. You would just probably have to do, with the new town guidelines, you'd have to make this right away portion of it pervious. And we could talk more about that if you're interested, and just freshening up this whole space here. So as you can see, you have a lot of storage underneath the house. That's one of the big benefits of buying a house on pilings, is you get all this extra space down here. There are ways you can dress this up for rental purposes. You could even screen some of it in and have a nice sort of outdoor area and create like a seating arrangement down here. No problem. This door right here slides open, perfect for golf cart storage in here, no problem. And then back here, you have absolutely plenty of room for a pool or a swim spa or a hot tub or a combination thereof. So you do not have to worry about that. You do have, it looks like, this, is that water? What is that? You do have that to contend with, but I don't know how that works. The pool guys can tell you how that all works when you go to put a pool in, if that's something you're interested in. We haven't talked about that, but in terms from a rental perspective, if you're looking to maximize income, and a pool is something that you would enjoy when you're here with your family, that's certainly something that would bring you more money in a rental environment, probably about an extra $1,000 a week. So you do have an outdoor shower. The enclosure for this outdoor shower isn't very fancy. It looks a little DIY-ish, but you could make this look super cute really simply. You could put some nice trim on this, paint it, and it could be a super cute outdoor shower that would photograph well in a rental environment. So looks pretty good out here. You do have this blue spray paint going on the ceiling underneath here. But all in all, this looks like it's in some good condition. It looks like they replaced some of these here recently. That's newer wood than the rest of the wood. And you've got storage down here. Let's see if this is open. This is great. So you have that sliding door. You have this door that slides open or swings open over there. That's got a lock on it. And then you have this nice big storage area. Okay. I love how the stairs aren't coming down and preventing you from being able to park in all these spaces here. So you have wide open spaces for parking. You have that whole space there for tandem parking. Then you have parking here, and you could probably fit the golf cart in there and then have room for a bigger vehicle here. The pilings aren't super tall, so you probably couldn't fit like one of those big old trucks in here or an RV, but you could fit a small boat in here without the T-tops, easy peasy. And you could probably, I think the pilings are high enough to where if you wanted to, you could put, starting here after the decking on the front porch, you could put an actual garage bay here. If you wanted to enclose all this and have garages here, you certainly could do that. If you put a pool in the backyard too, you could maybe create the sort of vibe on this storage building, or maybe even it would even be better to do it here based on whatever's happening in there. But you could even cut out a window there and have like a little bar area and set this up as sort of like a bar type of area coming off into the pool, and then maybe have access into here to where that's sort of like a pool house type of vibe going on in there. And that's just me getting a little crazy with spending your money, but definitely things that would enhance a rental income. Okay, so let's go upstairs and take a look. Get a little hole in the vinyl here. And of course, I would recommend a home inspection on any home, even new construction. And that home inspection could point out everything. This is a great size front covered porch. Again, you could see even if you just trimmed this up a bit and took out some of that underbrush, this would just look so much different. You know, trimming it up to where all of this right here is gone, and even adding some new gravel or paving this driveway just would make a tremendous difference. Okay, so let's go take a look inside. So you come in and there is a good size living area here. You do have carpet. You have a little bit of vault in the ceilings. It's got the popcorn ceiling. Man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen carpet in the living room of any house on the island. So you do have this great big kitchen. I am loving the space in here, you guys. So you've got this great big kitchen, nice peninsula there, plenty of cabinets. Of course, updated appliances would be nice. You've got the linoleum floor in here. Pretty. Love the space. So you've got your laundry located over here. So you'll need a new washer and dryer, even though I bet that dryer works really well. The old dryers still work so well, sometimes better than the newer ones. But you've got that there in the laundry. You even have a pantry. That's awesome. So in regards to the space in this house, it's phenomenal. You've got a dedicated dining area, pantry, great size kitchen, and this huge living space. Love it. Back here, you've got your covered screened-in porch. You could see what a pool would look like. That yard is going to be a similar size yard over there. You got the screened-in porch, plus you have this grilling deck here. Your stairs down. The decking on the porches seems to be okay. I don't feel unstable up here. I mean, obviously there's some places that need a little of attention. Maybe this railing. Yeah, the railing needs some attention. But again, all of that would be called out on an inspection. So there are some things that you certainly want to ask the seller to give you credit for or to take care of, depending on what price we negotiate. I can't close that door. That door doesn't close properly, but yep. So back inside, let's go over here and check out the primary. Good size primary bedroom. You do have carpet in here as well, of course. So it's not the biggest primary, but it's decent. So you come in, and these floors aren't too bad. It's all one solid roll of linoleum. And you've got your single sink vanity in here. This feels a little like a hotel, which isn't bad for an Airbnb environment. You've got your water heater located over there. And a nice linen closet. Walk-in fiberglass shower here. This could easily be converted into a tile shower in the future if you wanted to. And then your toilet there. Back through here, see the secondary bedrooms. Good size. As you can see, the screen is coming off that window. No big deal. And you've got this closet here, linen closet, and you have your secondary bathroom with a tub. The tub looks nice and clean. And then your toilet over there, and then your third bedroom. So that's it, you guys. Obviously, some updates and some different maintenance items need to be taken care of, but it feels like it's in pretty decent condition overall. I think you could, do a nice paint job, maybe get the carpets cleaned, and furnish and accessorize this, maybe replace some light fixtures just to update it a little bit. But I think you probably could get away with renting it in the beginning before actually doing any sort of renovations, if that's the way you want to go. Make a little money off of it. I do think that going in with a little bit of a lower price is reasonable, giving the updates that are needed to the house. So there are other homes on the island that are priced under this that are renovated. And this one is a little bit bigger and it's up on pilings. So let me know what you think.